All right, so I am in my basement and I have this big map of the United States here, okay? But because we're focusing on the Erie Canal and the train, the invention of the train, we're gonna just look at this state right here. Now, this state should look very familiar to you guys because we all live here. This is New York State, okay? So we know that this is New York City down here. This is the Hudson River all the way up here. And our focus on the Erie Canal comes right through the state. It goes through Syracuse. It goes through Rochester. That's where we live. And then all the way to Buffalo, okay? So let's recap some things that we've learned about the Erie Canal. The Erie Canal was built from 1817 to 1825. It took a long time to build it, and it finally was able to be opened in 1825. It was done, and people could use it. The Erie Canal was huge for New York State because it allowed a connection between New York City down here all the way up to Rochester and Buffalo, okay? Now, we know that the Erie Canal made it easier for people to sell their goods. That might be like fabric to make clothes. It might be spices from another place. It may be wood so people could buy houses. It made it easier for them to sell goods from farther away. But here comes the invention of the train, okay? Things changed. Uh-oh, here comes the train. I know, I drew that. It's pretty good, right? The train was faster. The train was bigger. The train was just a little bit more money than using the canal, but not by a lot. People began riding the trains instead of using the canal, okay? So if I have a choice to ride on a boat in the canal that's pulled by a donkey or a horse, or I have the choice to ride on a train that will get me to the same place in one day and not 5 days, and it's just a little bit more money and it's much faster, I'm probably going to choose a train. So we know that the train had a huge impact on the use of the Erie Canal. When I say impact, that means it changed how people use the canal. It went down a little bit. People didn't use it as much. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. But first, we're going to do some writing about the train and how it changed the Erie Canal. Okay? Thanks for listening.